Okay, I thought I would do a video on this because I've actually answered so many comments on this. So there's a new movie coming out called The Mummy, right? There's a new movie coming out called The Mummy, and I have covered previously a movie that came out a little bit ago, trying to explain to people that that movie is not The Mummy that we know, okay? And then this movie comes out also called The Mummy. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Everyone just decided in the span of a little bit to just start calling all of their stuff The Mummy. I guess the name came up, or it was never properly copyrighted, or whatever. But they're all allowed to use the words The Mummy, and there's no legal action being done against them. Now, on this one specifically, one of the mummies that came out previously, I think it was last year, it was like 2025, was just one of those low-budget, shitty movies that just wanted to use the Mummy name because everyone kept talking about them trying to put something in motion, and I've covered several videos on the actual Mummy movies. If you want to actually go and watch those, unfortunately, I haven't done a new one actually confirming the new release of The Mummy. This is going to be confusing, guys. I'm so sorry. They're all fucking called The Mummy. Let's be clear, though. On this one, we're going to watch this trailer, and I'll talk more about it.
Can I get 2 slices of pizza?
No.
Of course, honey.
No, you never ever finish 2.
Hello?
Mr. and Mrs. Cannon, I'm Deputy Chief at the U.S. Embassy. Your daughter Katie has been found.
Not the U.S. Embassy.
She's alive.
Tons of... I want to say this right away. This film is being made by tons of people I completely respect.
Yourselves for what you're about to see. No sudden moves.
Writers from The Conjuring.
No loud noises.
Hey, Butterfly. It's Mom and Dad.
Yeah, we are here.
Yeah, nah.
We're here.
Terrible idea.
Missing for 8 years. What was our daughter doing in a 3,000-year-old sarcophagus?
Not doing so hot, I can tell you that. Jesus.
How many others were found?
57.
How many of them were still alive?
What happened to Katie? What really happened to her?
Saludo, Señor de los Milagros.
Say something.
Saludo, Señor de los Milagros.
Say something.
Es transformar lo imposible en realidad.
Say something.
Amén.
Say something.
Don't worry, Grandma. It's fun to be dead.
I just want my daughter back.
Yeah, put that thing back where it came from. Or so help me. Alright, so there you go. There's the trailer. It looks good. It looks clean. It looks like it's gonna be a decently budgeted movie, and it's got a lot of people that I trust, you know. It said New Line Cinema, Blumhouse, and it's got great acting. It's got, you know, it's got a lot of, it looks like it's got a lot of money poured into it. Everything looks so, you know, everything looks like it's supposed to look. But we're going to go through and talk about something super important, because I just keep seeing these comments, and I don't know if the average moviegoer either understands whatever they understand or not. All I know is I've answered this comment probably 1,000 times. This movie, again, has nothing to do with the Brendan Fraser movies. Okay? The Mummy, the really old movie, is from 1932. This is directly involved with the Brendan Fraser movies. This was Universal. They made these movies. And in actuality, the people who made that other Mummy that's coming out April 15th, the actual official title is Lee Cronin's The Mummy. And why is that important? Is because they're trying to distinguish themselves as much as they possibly can from the movie that we know. So most people keep asking this. They say, oh, so this is the new Mummy. No, there is one coming with Brendan Fraser that's being rebooted. This is not it. 100% this is not it. We won't even know about that one until probably next year. Probably next year is when we're going to get like hardcore details on that. But I will say on this, they have made a very concerted effort because they do not want the two confused. Now, some exciting stuff, some of the stuff that y'all don't know about. This is actually tied around with the Evil Dead universe. So this universe and the Evil Dead series, the newer ones, not the good ones, are tied together in this. So the new Evil Dead series, the ones with like, you know, it's all sexed up and whatever, the new Evil Deads are connected to this universe here. Okay? They're in the same universe, and the magic that is supposed to have brought this girl back is actually Deadite magic. Now, one of the things that people said that I know is super confusing is the fact that in the Tom Cruise Mummy, they did use this same kind of bullshit, okay, on their Mummy. The same kind of writing, the same kind of bullshit. The same kind of like magic stuff went on in that one too. Okay. And so people were confused because they were like, oh, when people said this is not related to the Brendan Fraser one, they said, oh, then it must be the one that they made. And they're saying it's not the Brendan Fraser one because that is separate from those. And in reality, no. Again, it has nothing to do with any the mummies that have ever existed. This is its own thing, but it is in the Evil Dead universe, and it's going to be specifically tied to it. I think that there's going to be some kind of crossover, or there's some kind of important stuff that they're working on because they're still trying to build up that Evil Dead franchise. For whatever reason, you know, that got reignited, and they've been trying to rebuild it out. I haven't been a super big fan of it, but, you know, don't go to the comments and be like, you fucking blah, blah. I'm just saying the first one is what it is. The second one, amazing. Army of Darkness, fantastic. And then, you know, I even like the show. I know the show was a little rocky, but I'm just saying it's just the newer Evil Deads is made for a completely different audience than someone like myself. They're not really speaking to me. You know, I don't like the idea that they really needed sex to sell some of them, because it's like, it feels lower budget. It feels cheap. It feels like some of it just wasn't done like you built a whole fan base up, but then you transition to a more general audience. And it feels like, okay, well, you've abandoned the people that really like that type of movie in favor of just more ticket sales, because a general audience likes stuff, you know, like The Conjuring and stuff like that. A general audience likes, which is not to say that someone can't like both. Absolutely, it just doesn't speak to me. And on this channel, I don't fucking pander, right? I just say, this is how I feel about it, and if you like it, that's totally fine. You know, it's not a big deal to me. I think that I like a lot. I like a few shitty movies, but I also do not pretend that they're not shitty. You know, I also do not pretend that they are not. You know, if there's a sequel of a movie that I like, I don't sit there and say, "Oh, well, I thought the sequel was okay, so it must be better than the first one." I don't do that stuff. I don't sit there and fucking go around and pretend. You know, I know when I like a shitty movie, it's shitty. Now, these are the set of movies made by Universal. These are completely different. And the Mummy Returns, they're getting a fourth movie. Yeah, they're going to keep... I'm assuming they're going to keep the Jade Empire stuff, or whatever the fuck it was called, the third movie that they had to this, canon. And they're going to roll everything into the fourth one. But he's coming back. Rachel Weisz is coming back. That's the only two people I know for sure that are definitely coming back. But that is directly connected to the 1932. That's Universal. And then they did this one, 1959, and I believe this is the one with actually Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. I think that's this one, the 1959, but I can't totally be sure. But the thing with that is, that's the comments I kept getting, is confusing all these. And so that's why I wanted to make this video. And it's this new Mummy, its whole plot, very simple. Girl goes missing. She's a mummy, blah, blah, blah. The studio, didn't want these two confused, and they got confused anyway. They were very aggressive about it, actually. But, tell me what you guys think. I answer every single comment. But I'm just going to say this. With all the stuff that's going on with this movie, I think it's going to be good. I don't see how it could fail. It's got everything in its corner. It's got an established franchise, Evil Dead, backing it, and the lore. They don't have to come up with new established lore on anything. They got people who care about that stuff already. The writers that have already been doing stuff. Blumhouse has been fucking amazing recently. None of the actors were actors that are like too divisive or anything like that. They're all just kind of universally liked. They're all right. Anything with kids in it's going to be creepy though, right? I don't know. I think this actually, I'm super optimistic that this movie actually will be really good. I just wanted to make this video clarifying for people who just simply could not grasp the concept that sometimes things are called same names, just like The Werewolf, right? I don't know how many fucking movies could be called The Werewolf. There's got to be tons. Werewolf this, werewolf that, everything werewolf. That's been done 100 times. We've seen how many versions of Frankenstein have we seen? You'd think by now people would be like smart enough to Google or something, but hey, here you are, and now we know. I reply to all comments. Tell me what you think about this movie. I would really be happy to hear from you guys.